Fox Carolina is committed to you, and grocery prices continue to go up. And for those who receive money through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP benefits, a major change is coming.
And it's coming soon. Starting next month, the state will cut the emergency allowance of benefits. And Fox Carolina's own Lindsay Gibbs is live to tell us everything that we need to know. You're going to break this down for us, Lindsay.
People come here to Lowe's Foods in Greenville to buy groceries with SNAP. The benefits are government funds given to low-income households to buy things like produce. They're not able to buy alcohol or tobacco, things like that. The goal of SNAP is to help those low-income households be able to afford those healthier foods. Now, starting in February, the Department of Social Services says those emergency funds will go back to normal to those pre-pandemic amounts. During the pandemic, the state increased the amount to help families cope. But earlier this month, the Department of Social Services announced the rollback. For families, this could mean more than half the amount of money given will be gone. You can actually check how much you're given by using the DSS portal. Just type in your case number and your birthday to find out how much you will receive. So for a two-person household, their regular SNAP allotment is $250 a month. During the pandemic, the household was able to receive an additional $266 in emergency allotments, bringing them up to the max amount for a two-person household of $516 a month, which they received for the last 2 years. Starting next month, the two-person household will return to the $250 a month, and we spoke with one woman who lives on SNAP benefits who says it's a necessity for them to live.
They'll try to cut back on stuff, but some of them ain't going to be able to, because they got rent, lights, water, all that. And you don't pay that, you ain't got nowhere to live. You'll be homeless. And a lot of people will be going hungry, especially little kids.
According to the South Carolina Department of Social Services, more than 300,000 households use SNAP benefits in South Carolina. Here in Greenville, that's more than 22,000 households. Now, again, this is not going to affect those using the regular SNAP benefits. This will only affect those using the emergency allotment. This begins February 1st. In Greenville, Lindsay Gibbs, Fox Carolina News.